Hello, hello. You guys, listen. Deon Derrico, he's not playing with y'all. He is not playing with you guys. He is clapping back. I'm going to play my intro and we going to be right back to see why Deon decided to go live and have a conversation with the public. Let me play this intro and we going to be right back.
Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV's church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
All right, y'all. Come on in the room here. Come on in the room. We've got a conversation to have. Deon Derrico. He is not having it, you guys. He's not having it with y'all out here messing with him. He's not doing it. Deon decided, hey, he's going to go live and he's going to tell y'all just how he feels about you all talking about his life and the choices that him and his wife made for their relationship. And he had a lot to say. And we're going to share it right here on my channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. But before I do that, I want to thank all of you who have subscribed. We are over 15,000 subscribers. Yes, 15,000 plus of you love us. Thank you. Please continue to share the channel. We try and do things in a loving way over here on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. And I love it when you all support us by coming on over here, liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing the videos. Let's get into this for Deon because I got another story that I'm going to share as well. But let's get into this and see what Deon had to say. Now, he made a post on his Instagram page today. He made a post on his Instagram page, and we're going to run this, and then we're going to have a talk. Now, as you can see, he's sitting there with his mom, Gigi, and they all have something to say. And Deon is also going to tell us about the woman that DM'd him. Oh, he going to talk about it, you guys. Before I do that, hi, Aaron and Mark. Thank you both for being in the control room over here for the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Appreciate each one of you. I love it. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Aaron. And also remember, you guys, subscribe to the channel. Please click that like and that share button as well. I also want to say hello to Monterey. Hi, Monterey Williams. Thank you for being here as well. Appreciate you for being in here, checking out this video. Now, you guys, let's go ahead and run this to see what Deon had to say.
Yeah, he can't screw over no more. That's good. I just want to have it where for the most part, everyone's in there. Yeah. Waiting for you guys to get in here. You say what?
I was saying I don't see your number going up.
Yeah, that's because you remember it takes a minute for people for it to like notice everyone. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? We just come. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Gigi. We just come on here. I thought it was good to address some of the things that we've been seeing and hearing. And I think what really prompted this was because I had a young lady come on she DM'd me. You know, we understood when we did this TV show, we understood that, you know, we were sort of putting ourselves and our lives out there. That's cool. You know, it's okay. I expect to have the barrage of attacks. I'm okay with all of that. That's not my biggest issue. I think I take offense when someone inboxes me their ideology from a perspective that's limited to 47 minutes from a television show of our lives,
Mm.
and make up this narrative
Oh.
that everyone has seemed to run with, and it derives at nothing, because we have two positive adults, or shall I say two positive adult men in our family. So our family is, of course, as many of you know who watch the show, we're comprised of a large family. It's 18 of us, only 2 men. Then we have 2 women, with 3 women nowadays. And then we have, of course, boys and girls, children. So I'm constantly being inboxed, based off of the divorce, the talks of the divorce. I'm constantly being inboxed on what's going on, where are we now? Some of it y'all saw on the television show. We are divorced. Yes. We're filming right now. We are currently filming our show. So you guys will be able to sort of understand what led to the divorce, how we got to the point of a divorce, and just how esoteric a divorce is. So that's a whole nother animal that I can't really discuss right now, but you guys will see it, like I say, on the show that we're filming right now. But I think the most issues that I have is all the salacious shit that some of you, not all of you, some of you come up with. It's just out of this world. And like Eric made a point earlier, what was your point about the rumor, how a rumor can be started?
Yeah, that rumors derives from people that's in the circle, that know people personally, not from a fan section that's speculating on things that's not explained.
Exactly. So it's like, for some reason, I think, and I think it speaks to reality TV, or to some reality TV. I think Jerry Springer, he didn't do a good service to us as a whole when he came out with all these fights and shit on the TV shows. I think that hurt just the television reality sector as a whole, because now we can't see just something wholesome without figuring out or thinking of some salacious shit happening behind closed doors. I think that's my biggest issue, is that from watching our show, you see a loving family, you see a loving mother / grandmother.
Yes.
You see an adopted son that I'm always telling people, this is my son. I mean, he couldn't be more my son had he been blood related.
Right.
And that shows throughout our television show. Anyone who knows us personally, they really, of course, see it and know it.
Yeah.
There's no drama in our family outside of the drama we just recently had, and that was between Karen and I. But outside of that, there's no drama in our family outside of the normal family challenges. And I think what really sends my rocket to the moon, so to speak, is when people in one area, the apple don't fall far from the tree. I think it's important that many of you understand that Gigi raised me as a single parent.
Yes.
Gigi's a very alpha woman, so she raised an alpha man.
Yes.
I don't think she was setting out to raise an alpha man. I didn't set out to become an alpha man. It's just by my environment. I'm thankful to God that I'm the man that I am, because that's what led to me being the provider that I am. Many of you have had discrepancies with why is my child support so low? Well, let me address that.
Yeah.
Karen pays the medical insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And so because she pays the medical insurance, which is about $2,000 a month,
Ooh.
the legal fair equity of it is that I pay her half of the money she's paying for healthcare. But let me be very clear. I cover every bill in both of our houses, because we now live in separate houses. Yes, we do. I cover bills at both houses. That's 2 washers, 2 washing machines and dryers. That's 2 kitchens. That's 2 stoves. That's bathrooms at both houses. That's toilet paper. That's light bill, gas bill, mortgages, hazard insurance. I cover all of that. So when you think that I just have abandoned my children, and this is for the ones who think it, not for the ones who don't think it, but when you think I've just abandoned my children, my biggest question is, where have I shown actions of abandonment?
Oh, that's
I think many of you see how Gigi is, and see the woman that Gigi is, the mother that Gigi is. If I were to do such a thing, I would still have to answer to my mother as a 53-year-old man.
Right.
If I thought about it.
Yeah.
And then on top of the issues, but oh my God, I just can't believe it. He's only paying $1,000. That's only $83 per child. Well, do y'all know I cover every single bill that's in our family? Every single bill that's in our family, I cover. I say that not as bragging. I'm proud to be in the position to do it. But more than that, I'm thankful to God that I have a mother that raised me with the understanding to know my job as a man and responsibility as a man is to do it. So I'm here in my children's lives as a father, not just taking care of the bills, but as a hands-on, taking them to the games, spending time with them, wrestling with my boys, playing makeup with my daughters. I'm here as a hands-on father because I want to be. I enjoy it.
Mhm.
I enjoy it whether Ken and I are together or not. We have our issues that we're trying to work together or work through, but regardless of that, we have a responsibility to our 14 children. And that responsibility is to provide a loving, nurturing environment, which I'm going to always do and Karen will always do, even if she and I don't see eye to eye with each other. That happens in relationships. I've had people telling me, y'all are supposed to make it work because of. So if we stay together and was fighting, would that be healthier for the children? I mean, I have so many questions when some of this stuff is brought to me. It's like, what the hell is some people thinking? I mean, and I don't never take to social media like this, but it's really perplexing when the rumors have come up about Eric and I fucking. I mean, really, excuse my French, but that's how I feel it. To know, like, when all this is going on, where is my mother?
What did he just say?
How blind do you think that I am, or would even have to be to oversee that, to look past that if that was a fact? That's not. Eric is just like my grandson. I mean, from his soul. I think actually, Eric, you might have been some kind of way. We should have been doing some DNA. But yeah, there's no way. You all say that you admire me or you look up to me, and thank you. I appreciate that. I also appreciate all the prayers. But when I look and I see these comments about my son and my grandson here, it really hurts my heart. Where do you think I am when all this is going on? Of course, I don't live with them, but do you know I have 14 grandchildren that confide in me on a regular?
Right.
If anything went down any kind of way suspiciously, my grandchildren come to me. I mean, they'll in some cases come to me before they'll come to their parents, before they'll go to their parents.
No, I'm live
And don't
right now,
get me wrong,
Satra.
they'll
I'm
go
live.
to their parents. But I am so happy and thankful to God that they have that relationship with me. So when I see these comments, and I know my grandchildren, they go on social media, I don't know what to think of these people. I don't know these people that's constantly inboxing me and telling me they love me and they love my family. How? Don't you ever think that maybe it's possible that my grandchildren can get a hold to some of this? What do you think that's going to do to them? I just think that you're using your mind in places that you really shouldn't. And like he was saying about watching these Lifetime movies, we're
He does.
Lifetime reality, but
Right.
we're not Lifetime movies.
Right.
We are Lifetime realities. And our reality, it do not consist of this stuff that y'all keep trying to put on social media about my son and my grandson. So I think I said my piece. Now I may have to interrupt in a minute when something else hit my mind, because y'all know I am of seasoned years. And
Seasoned years.
sometimes I don't remember
Tell
like
them,
I
Gigi.
once did. But as it comes to me, I might have to interrupt. But in having said that, I would just really hope and pray that y'all would take into consideration, what if this was you? All
Right.
we're doing,
This was recorded today. This was recorded, 11 hours ago. This was recorded 11 hours ago on his Instagram page.
yeah, we did a unhealthy thing when we put our lives out before the world.
I wouldn't
as
even
we
say
did.
that.
But the thing about it is, we would have never did it had there been anything for us to hide. We exactly who you see us to be. That is exactly who we are. That's on and off the camera. And I mean that is
You
for
keep
real.
going in.
Anybody that has ever met me would tell you I'm the same person when they meet me in the street as I am when they see me on television. So, Eric or Derek, y'all take it over because right now I got to take a break.
Yeah, Gigi.
My oxygen is getting a little low
Yeah.
and I got to replenish that. But if I feel the need to intervene again, I have to come at you with it.
What do you want to say?
I mean, my thing is, I just think that if you can dish it out, then be ready to receive it. We're not the average people who have been on television before us, who politically wanted to be
Thank you,
correct and
Aaron.
let y'all say whatever you want to say. We're entitled to a response, and I
Yeah.
get a lot of DMs from women who claim to be friends of the show. I mean, fans of the show, or
Thanks,
admire me
Satra.
to some degree, and I don't understand from anyone who think that we are a family and you can be friends with me and have something bad to say about who I call family. That don't make sense. And
None.
because this is a woman's network or a woman's
When he say
platform.
yeah, he says TLC.
TLC.
Yeah, specifically is more women demographics is watching TLC than it is men. So unfortunately, the direction of the show is for the most part guided by the fact that it's mostly women watching it, and that could be a problem. And more than, I think the bigger problem for me is it seems to really come from more of our own community. Like,
Now, I'm glad he made that point because these are two men. And so they're reading the comment section and they're feeling like this is coming from a lot of women and their anger towards men because TLC, they're saying, is more of a women's type of channel with the program they have. So I'm glad he made that point, but I'm going to address that also when he finishes.
you know, our Caucasian brothers and sisters, I don't get the negative comments from. It's my own community. And I think that's what most troubles me is it comes from my own community. You know, we come from, some of us, broken households. And I think the beauty in our show is we showcase a house of people that's full of love and it's not broken. And even though Karen and I having our challenges, our family is not broken. I want to be very clear with that. And that's the sentiment that you'll see, you know, echo throughout all of our show and even going forward, that our family is not broken. And I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of. I'm very proud of having a young man, an adult son that's here to help me protect the women of our family, our children, and then to know that unfortunately some of us have watched too many Lifetime movies, and I happen to love Lifetime, and I've watched many of Lifetime shows with Karen, but I know how twisted, you know, the mindset is of, you know, some of the families or some of the people on Lifetime. But when I see that same level of sickness being displayed, or not even displayed, being perceived or made up. I won't even say perceived. Some of it just made up. It's like, it's hard to just see that there's a family that genuinely have love and respect for each other.
Yeah.
That's the thing that our family really consists of. And why does it consist of that? Because just like many of you, we've had issues with our other families.
Yes.
So one of the things that I wanted to do, and Karen wanted to do, and Gigi wanted for us to do, was to showcase the love that we really genuinely have, but on this platform. And
I get that he's saying that part, and I have to, you know, do these little inserts of stopping and then replaying. I get what he's saying. There are a couple of things I want to address, and then I'll continue to run the video. He's absolutely right. It's usually our culture, African-American people, we come at each other real hard on this stuff. So I get what he's saying. But I think because we love Karen and Derrico together, it was just hard for us to see them apart. And then our main concern was the children. But being that he's coming on this live and saying that that part of the structure of the family is still good, then now I'm good with that. Now we just need to go to making sure that Karen and Deon are good. But I'm going to continue to play the rest, and then I'll give you my tips on some stuff that he was saying as well.
that's the thing that we've always done. We've always been real. We've always showcased that. But this recent stuff with, Eric, and my biggest issue is I can take it. I'm older than Eric. I'm twice Eric's age. Like Gigi, I'm a little seasoned in this thing. But to know that this young man has gone through God knows what prior to being adopted by us, which is what led us to adopt him. And then he has to be brought into and attacked with this level of attack out of nowhere. I mean, where's the human compassion for just a human being? Forget television, forget reality TV. Just he's a human being that happened to be loved by us and taken in. And then he has to go on social media and read all this crap. And I tell him, listen, stay off that damn social media. Stay off of it. Don't let it bother you. And I think what bothers him is because Eric has such a pure, genuine, honest heart. And it really, how they say, ignorance only bothers the person that's not ignorant.
Thank you,
It doesn't
Monterey.
bother ignorant people. Ignorance doesn't bother the people that's being ignorant. So
they're on social media, they say whatever they feel like
All right,
they
we
want
back.
to say.
yeah, we back.
So
Go ahead.
I'm unbothered by the comments, specifically if it's about sexuality or things like
Now they came back. It looked like he may have been getting a phone call or something came on his phone, which stopped the video for a second, but then they came back. So that's why you see that little short pause in there.
that, because I'm secure in who I am. But what bothers me is, like you say, our community attacking us the most. And it bothers me also that
Our own community, because it helps me appreciate our brothers and sisters of other races, not just Caucasian, but Latin, Asian. We have a lot of people from other races that watch our show, and it really it definitely opens up my eyes to just as a whole being able to love and be loved by other people, because I mean, we are a loving family. We're a loving African-American family. But to be attacked by your own, it's like, when does it stop? I mean, really and truly, it's one of those situations my grandmother used to say, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. Because it's like, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. Don't misunderstand that at all. But I hope that this will enlighten some, educate some, and change the trajectory in which some of the viewers are making things up. I mean,
I would hope that this video would help others to understand that. I would hope. I'm not sure if it will, but I really would hope that this would help others to understand that, because I can see how it's bothering Eric, even by his posture and his body language as he sits there.
To those reality shows that's doing the salacious things, right? That has the drama. Go to those. I mean, that we in this day and time, we have television shows that fit everyone's desires.
I think Satra, I think what he is talking when he says black or white, he may be looking at their pictures that show up on their comment section. And that's maybe where he's basing the ethnicity of the person making the comment. But thank you for that. Appreciate the comment.
But when you come to this one, I really imagination, right? But when you come to this one, you come to our show getting that love and that connection, and that sense of family that we are. And I just think it's like you're doing a disservice to yourselves. You're doing a disservice to us. You're doing a disservice to other people that are going through drama, going through family issues, and that need that getaway, that need that love that they're able to get from our show. We're dealing with a lot right now, as many of you know, with my mother's health challenges, with my nephew. Speaking of that, thank you guys for all the ones that's been loving us and sending us great messages and and donating to him. But, we're dealing with that. We're dealing with, of course, Karen and I, going through the challenges. This is new for us. This is new for our family. So we're dealing with challenges just like everyone else. And we don't want any pity. It is what it is. We're all humans. Right. But it's just have compassion for your fellow human. I mean, really and truly have compassion for your fellow human, especially a person like this young man sitting behind me who didn't have family. He had, of course, blood relatives, but they wasn't family like we are. And I love the way he interacts with our children. They say children will tell you the truth. Our children love him. They love him. I mean, he's their big brother, literally.
Literally, yeah. They love him. They do.
I want to add something too. Some of these comments and things is more so doing a disservice to our Black community, because to those outside of us, this is what they see of us. They see a black television show, and when they look through the comments and you see a lot of black folks attacking us, how does that look to the people
That's
outside?
right.
How do we
That's true.
our television show has been showing presentation of the most high we've been representing the black community well spoken, well behaved, not ratchet, ghetto, all of those things. But when you attack us, you show other people how to treat us. How can y'all find the thoughts that y'all have to think what y'all think about us based on what we do on the show? If we was on the show, y'all wouldn't like it if we was on the show. Yeah, you know how black people are and they black business, they half-ass do this, or you know this and you know that. Y'all would be attacking us if we speak some truths about the black community. But we pick the things that are the best when we speak about the black community. And for those who sensitive about the idea of who don't ski, who don't camp, black people know we don't ski and we don't camp. It's okay that a minority of us do that.
That's true.
But y'all make it seem like it's the end of the world that we're using our platform to expose that we are a minority in experiences. And we're trying to bring attention to that so that more blacks will do it. But y'all got a problem when we try to be creative and address topics that consist in our community. And then y'all got a problem about things we don't talk about. How you got a problem with what you don't see? Y'all don't see nothing but love and a story about parenting and being a pillar of the community. He brought me into his life and he already had a dozen children. How many, for the black people out there, how many black people open their door up to anybody to help them? Because we in such a scarce mindset, and for the poverty and for the middle class, it's just not common. It's normally people outside the race that you create these bonds with. But y'all got a man who took me in. I understand that black people aren't used to seeing such compassion in our community where
I'm gonna have to disagree with Eric right there when he's saying that black people are not used to seeing people show so much kindness and compare. Nah, that depends on who you were around. So I'm gonna have to put a negative on that one. Maybe where he's from, he don't see it, but where I'm from, I do see a lot of kindness and love from the male figure. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this. Thank you, Monterey, for that.
Another man who he's 30 years older than me. He has enough wisdom and wit to read my character, and he approved of it. You think he's so stupid that I'm around his children and I'm sneaking around and geeking? You think Gigi's so stupid that if he missed it, she missed it? You think Karen's so stupid? It's just a half-ass compliment to say how much you respect Gigi or how outstanding of a mother Karen is. But then you have these things to say about Karen and Gigi family. So if y'all want to talk and address things, let's have a discussion. But you don't have to attack to create that discussion. Because I
absolutely
that y'all
said.
Y'all attack, and then when we reply, somebody say something nasty, and then you reply. They're like, "Oh, thank you. I never thought that you was going to reply." We got a lot of trauma in the black community, but let's use this platform to be more enlightened about changing those things. We don't have to. You black people out there, y'all know how it is. When a black person is fly and looking good, it's where you think you going? You think you crispy. Good. Because black people they don't even recognize how we embody negative, and we try to use that to convey positive. Just say, damn girl, you looking good, or you looking handsome. Don't say, you think you the shit, huh? Yeah. That's right. Black people know that you complimented us, but there's an underlying issue in our community. If y'all love us. But learn how to just present these questions and theories in a more positive way.
I'm gonna go over here real quick to Satra's comment here. She says a lot of the accounts are trolls. I have a photo of a Black American freedom, but I could be white, fishing everyone. I could be white. So I get that. The part of this I want to address is what they have to also understand. They say a lot of the accounts are trolls. I've dealt with trolls on my channel coming in the comment section. And then when you look at their YouTube page or their Facebook page or whatever they're coming from, it's like a private page, or either they've got, you know, 1 subscriber or something like that. And they just want to be out here and just wreak havoc. So I get that part. I appreciate the comment too, Satra. And I think what Eric and others have to understand, you're going to have to understand how to let it go. But I'm glad they're having a conversation. But I'm hoping that even going forward, because what happens when you post videos like this, then the real trolls really come in at you. So they've really got to be able to be on that protect mode for their own health wise. Okay, so let me continue to run this.
Answer them. I'm not running from none of the questions,
And neither am I.
I'm not
And you know
I'm not
I'm not.
insecure. I have women in my life. That's not a problem. If y'all think he's gay, then I'm gay too. No problem. We still living. It don't hurt me. It's just that I understand, if we're going to be real, Black people have our issues and we don't know how to communicate.
Absolutely.
So for the Black people out there attacking us, just talk to us. Just say, hey, you know, it's unusual for me to see a father embrace another grown man. Hey, I'm fortunate. Be happy for my good fortune that I crossed paths with someone who was so compassionate and so observant of what he's seen me going through without me ever telling him. Y'all don't know that me and him used to argue the first year and a half, 2 years of us knowing with each other, because I'm a grown-ass man who raised myself from childhood. Everything that I know and this person that I am today is an example of me choosing what I felt was good for me. I didn't have too many people sit down and say, how to choose a woman properly. And as a result, I choose the type of women that I've been with in the past. And I'm divorced after a committed, loyal relationship. It's like, because when you in foster care, you tend to have a underdog, supportive mentality.
Yes, Hope. Thank you, Hope, for being here. This comment, wow, I really thought he was with that guy. And that's what a lot of people were reporting or putting in comments and stuff. I didn't like it when I saw it because there was no evidence to prove it. So that's why I never came on my platform. I have to have evidence to block up stuff. I mean, to back up stuff when it comes on my platform. If I can't have some evidence to back up something, I can't put it on my platform. But a lot of people were saying that Eric and Deon were in this sexual relationship. And I'm glad that they're addressing it and stating that it was negative, that it was false. People do that. I don't know why people make up these narratives and these lies. But thank you, Hope, for that comment. Let's go ahead and run the rest.
I didn't used to judge women for leaving out the house for wearing bonnets, or for wearing their pajamas to the store, or for just cussing too fucking much. None of us should be cussing, but damn sure I don't care if y'all think it's sexist. It's not ladylike for a woman to be cursing a lot. It's not ladylike for a woman to
Did he just say it's not ladylike for a woman to be cursing a lot? But then you said all that with those curse words you use? Come on, Eric. I'm going to have to stop you right there, Eric. You need some more teaching when it comes to relationships. That is a sexist, biased comment that you just made. You don't think it's nice for ladies to be cursing and saying stuff that much, but then you're saying that in a sentence full of curse words. I'm praying for you, Eric. We still love y'all though, but I'm praying for you.
Want to do masculine things. Smoking is bad for everybody, but do y'all really think it's cute for a woman to have a black and mild to her face? Do y'all really think it's cute for women to be drinking a fifth to themselves? And so I understand that these are our Black community issues. We lack fathers. But every time you see two Black men come together, it doesn't mean that they gay. It's just fortunate that a minority of us still can come together. I lived in dozens of homes. I lived in several shelters. That's in foster care and with my mother. I've been around a lot of groups of people and families, and only 3 families out of all of the families that I came across was good to me, treated me like family, and didn't make me feel like
a human being. Did you just say?
And didn't make me.
This comment, Satra, thank you so much, said, no disrespect to Eric, but I think he is slow on the show. He acts like he does not have the emotional intelligence of an adult. I'm going to say that I understand your point, but I don't think that he is slow. What I think is that because he's been through so much with the system, he does not speak up as much. And some people interpret people's silence as slow, but it's not. He may have to try and process before he speaks, because I dealt with kids who were in the foster system. My mom used to have a foster home where she would help people with their children and getting them back on the right path. And a lot of them, you would deem them to be slow because they basically were silent, or sometimes because of their movement, or when they did speak, how they spoke. But what happened was they were still trying to voice how they wanted to voice without the fear of retaliation because they were voicing. Remember, a lot of these kids went through a lot of hardship going through some of these foster systems. Okay, so this may be based on how he was brought up. Okay, but I don't think he's slow. And I don't think he does not have the emotional intelligence of an adult. He's still in the learning process. And remember, thank you, Holy Spirit, sometimes you have to unlearn what you have learned so that you can learn something new. Okay? I'll say that again. Sometimes you have to unlearn what you have learned so that you can learn something new. And that's probably the process that he's going through. But thank you so much for the comment. Let's run the rest.
You feel like they family was more important. I know. I've been in enough foster homes to understand that the average person is going to choose their family over me, no matter how loyal and loving and trustworthy I am. That's what I got to deal with. I got to continue to live my life, even with them, with understanding that wholeheartedly they may embrace me as their family and see me, but it's still my trauma and my experiences that allow me to still know that there's an inch of she's not there.
Who's home?
Everybody else.
Okay, just text.
So with that being said, I'm just saying for the black people, not that other people haven't said things, but I don't care what they say. I'm addressing the black community because we're black, and I understand that it's so unfamiliar for just black people to come together in general who not family. And so it looks weird. I get that for the black people. It looks weird to see that he was able to cross my path. But why can't he have a friend in me? I was grown already. What am I supposed to do? Just start off as his what? As his play son? And I didn't have a father. I didn't have no father figures. You know what my father figure was? Denzel Washington movies, John Gotti, Mafia movies, Batman, shit like that. That's
once you let Eric go, he gonna go. This is the most speaking I've ever heard Eric do.
Before I got my character for, I had to see the representation that I felt was positive for my life. And fortunately, in the reality, I crossed his path. He was in a time in his life where things was going on. He saw me and he just felt like I was real. And he wanted to do for me because he looked at my story as one of a person that needed help. Because it's hard to navigate the world without family. So if y'all that upset or jealous or envious that I was lucky, years ago, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt adopted all these different race of children. I get that it's not that it's normal, it's just more acceptable when you take in someone who's so small they don't know anything, you call them family. But it doesn't mean that adults and teenagers don't need family and exempt from being taken in by someone. Yeah. It is a village, and at the end of the day, when somebody stepped to the Derrico household and he's not there, I'm there. Right. His house is protected. When he's not there, I'm there. When I'm not there, he's there. What's the problem? You women should be inspired by the fact that two men was able to come together. I was wise and reasonable enough to receive what he was offering to me. Because when he was trying to school me when we first met, I wasn't really adhering to everything because I've been living 20-something years of my own life, raising myself. It takes a lot for me to defer to another man's opinion and guidance when you had to guide yourself. And so for us to be here, it's a beautiful thing. It's a testimony.
Now they're going on and on this video, and I know some of you, I think Satra said it, it's like a lot, but you guys, you have to understand they have been putting up with comments and had not been addressing them. So I'm like Aaron, I can feel their pain. I can understand it. They're gonna get it all out in one video, so I understand it. I feel like what he's saying. I understand, but I think he does still need some guidance as far as proper thoughts of women, because it sounds to me like Satra said, a little chauvinistic. And so we're gonna pray that he work on that part. And remember, he has to unlearn what he had learned before, and that may be part of his prior learning.
That there are still good people out there. There's good Black men out there. There's good men out there. I'm not the only person he's ever helped.
Hi, AT2.
I seen our tenants, dozens of our tenants. He treat everyone the same. It starts off as a tenant landlord situation, and that's, conversation, you pick up things. He see our problems. It ain't my fault that he noticed that it was a Thanksgiving, and he's like, "What you doing for Thanksgiving?" I'm like, "Nothing." That inspired him to invite me to his Thanksgiving, and from there, my character got me here. His character got us here. What's the problem with that? I don't care if I'm 30 years old and what? It's a problem that I'm smart enough to know that while I'm still without children and pretty much like a single man, why not take notes? Why not get reps in handling children, hands-on with his children? Why? Or would y'all prefer me to be ignorant of the things that he's taught me up until now, get with some woman, and now I'm failing as a head of the house? What's the problem? Why are y'all rushing my life? I'm a young man. Do y'all see this economy? Half of us can't afford shit going on in here, and y'all want me to rush to get a woman? Is it really gonna make y'all sleep better at night to see that I have girls on deck, that I'm going on a date? Or is it more inspirational to you to see that I'm taking notes and becoming a better man? It's not a rush. What you want me to do? End up with one of y'all? Is it that? But let's really talk about it, y'all.
This boy, Eric, I think you need to cut, Eric. Cut. You're going overboard, Eric. CGG face, cut, Eric. Ugh, somebody help Eric. Save him. We was with him, but now somebody going to have to throw him a lifeline. Eric, I'm going to have to beef up my praying for Eric. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Oh, my goodness. I don't know about an adopted minor son, Satra. If you have some links, let me know about that. I'm not aware of that.
Y'all can text me, y'all can inbox me. Let's talk about these things. You don't have to attack someone to create the conversation. And I'm not attacking women. It just happened that this is a woman's network. So it happens that it's the women that's saying these things.
Right, exactly.
And that's all that it is.
And let me say this real quick. It is not an attack on women. It is a speaking up to those.
It's an attack on those women, though.
Yeah, the ones that's misguided, but also
who's unhappy, who's miserable, who's single mothers.
This boy, come on, you need stop, Eric. Stop. Caution. Wah. Caution. Eric, you're going overboard. You done attack the single women. You done attack the women. Eric, it's too much. Deon, please cut him off. Thank you, AT2. That's right. He said, now this ain't how they act on the show. Well, it's not. This ain't the part. But thank God for social media, you get to see this part. So I'm hoping that Eric will watch this video back and be like, oh my goodness, I should have reeled it in. I should have really reeled it in. I mean, to make a comment like that, to say what you want me to get with one of y'all, that's degrading, Eric. Please do an apology video. Please, let me finish running this.
A lot of single mothers, no disrespect to them, but I'm just saying the women who's given the problem have internal issues.
Exactly. And let me say this. One of the other things is, and this is where I had to thank our other races, our other siblings, not siblings, our other brothers and sisters of other races, because in the African-American community, it's not as common to see, I don't drink, I don't smoke. There's not a fight at my house. There's not arguing in my house. There's not, and even in my house now, it never was. And I've always believed in coming together in unity. That's what I got from my mother. I watched my mother always be the pillar of our family. And I watched her in many areas be the pillar.
Satro, you with this comment, I cannot. Stop it. All right, cuz. Stop it, Satro.
The community. She was always taking other children in, and they were at our house playing and whatnot. And I just became the male version of my mother. And I didn't even realize I was becoming that. I mean, I say you don't realize you're your parent till you get old enough. You're like, damn, I'm my mother. I didn't realize I was becoming that person. So who you see is who I am. That's just the bottom line. But I do believe that families should always be together. I believe that families should always stick together. And I do believe that in our community that there are more Black men that I have seen that are my friends that really are there and present for their families. Unfortunately, on many television shows, it doesn't show that. So it's sort of a wrong depiction of how we are. And I thank God that in our case, we represent in a good way the African-American families can thrive and how we do thrive, and that we are up to par with some of our other brothers and sisters of other races. And so to them, that's why the attack isn't coming from them. They recognize this as being normal. They recognize the fact that I'm at home and that, Eric is there with us. They recognize that as being normal. But within our own people, it's not normal. And that's a fucking problem. I mean, that's a serious problem that you have a Black man present. I don't just take care of the financial side of my children, of my family, my household. I am hands-on with homework. I cook respectfully. Karen doesn't cook, and we don't want her to cook. Trust me, none of us want her to cook for many reasons. But I am the cook. I'm the one that potty trained every one of our children. I take pride in knowing that I'm that hands-on father. I wouldn't have it no other way. Whether Karen and I are married or divorced or not seeing eye to eye, I will always be actively present in my children's lives. If you guys noticed on the divorce paperwork, it clearly states that we have full joint custody. So when people are making up these rumors like, oh my God, he just left her with 14 children, I would like for y'all to find that paperwork and send it to me so I can sue the hell out of somebody.
I heard that.
I would like y'all to find that paperwork and point out where it says I left my wife. I would never do.
Well, I believe, Deon, what the people are saying is you said it on the video that you both live in two separate homes. So that, I believe, is what the people were referring to when they said you left her. I don't think that they were saying you abandoned her with those children. They were simply stating, I believe, you left her as far as you're in one home, she's in another home. But Deon did say in this video that he's still taking care of financially both households, and he is still in Karen's life when she needs him and full-time, not full-time, and also with the children. They have joint custody. So I know how the wordplay is. So you guys, Satchel, I don't know about this other son that you're talking about, but let me know. Was that the one that was? Let me know. I'm not sure who that individual is.
To my wife, what my father, God rest his soul, did to my mother. And I think no woman should have to raise children by themselves. I think it's totally unfair. And so I would never do that. That's not the man that I am. I don't know how to be that kind of man. But I want us to recognize good parenting and good leadership within the family. Is Eric technically a babysitter? No, Eric is a great ass big brother. That's what he is. He's a great ass big brother. And do I feel good when I leave my children and my wife at the time when I leave home for something? Do I feel good knowing that there's another man there present who I know will go to bat and take a fucker down for messing with my house? Absolutely, I feel good with that. As a man, I'm supposed to. As a man, I'm supposed to set my family up to always be safe in my presence and in my absence. That's the responsibility of a man. I take pride in that. And we have to normalize great parenting. We have to normalize great families. Again, I cannot say it enough. We're divorced. Yes, for those that's watching, Karen and I, we have divorced. I'm still in love with Karen. She's still in love with me. We got to figure it out. But while we're figuring it out, our children cannot be affected.
So he's saying that he's still in love with Karen. Karen's still in love with him, but they're divorced. They got to figure it out. Question mark. What do y'all think about that statement? Let me know in the comments.
So when you talk to our children, when you see our children, they're loving, they're happy, they're just as excited as they've always been. And we've had to talk to them on many occasions. And you guys will see that in the coming up season. You will see that in the coming up season. So don't worry. We're not. Pause. And we did not know of Amani prior to 2 years ago. So that was not a storyline. That was real. He hasn't been on the show because of his sickness. And it was a lot happening while we were filming. And we just wasn't able to cover it. We just, he's in Detroit. Of course, we're here in Vegas. It was.
I think that's what the answer to your question, Monterey. I think it was that. I think that's the answer to the question. Okay, regarding why the other individual wasn't there. He was dealing with a sickness. If that's the same person that they're referring to.
A lot we weren't able to cover. He didn't even want to be shown. At the point that you guys saw him at the last season was near him. We thought getting better, and then he took, of course, a nosedive, and it was worse. As of today, he is a little bit better. And we just ask you guys to keep on praying, keeping our family in your prayer.
Thank you for that, Aaron. You can love each other and know it is not healthy together. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate that comment. That's actually true.
And so I'm going to wrap this thing up. Anything y'all have to say before I end?
Yeah. Ladies out there, y'all can DM me and we can talk. I'm like a counselor. I give great advice.
I can't with this young man. This young man, I cannot. You just said so many crazy things about women, and then you tell me, what do you want me to get with one of you? And then you come right out the bat and say, y'all can DM me. Eric, retract. And then says he gives great advice. I don't think that the women are going to want to hear a lot from you right now, Eric. So just calm it down, get some more learning, regroup, and then come back. Eric, come on, Eric. Ooh.
And just come correct and let's talk. Let's talk about it. I give great advice. Ask all my lady friends. I'm a healer.
Oh, geez.
Anything you got to say, Gigi?
No, I think I covered it. I think.
All right. Well, until next time, I intend on doing more of these lives just to address things that I feel is going on within the community, our home, our family, the world as a whole. And so I appreciate you guys and all the ones that support us. I really do appreciate and love you guys. All right. So we good?
I think we're good.
All right, Team Derrico, we out.
All right, you guys. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. Almost an hour of him talking. Okay, well, he shared the information of how he felt. You guys let me know in the comments section what your thoughts are on this whole conversation. Hey, Toya, Imani, I believe y'all can let me know in the comments. I can't remember exactly. Imani, was that the I know it's a family member. I can't remember how he fits in there. But thank you so much for being here, Toya. Sharon, thank you so very much for being here. It's okay. You can always watch the replay of it. It'll help with the algorithm as well. All right. Thank you so much. AT2, appreciate you for being here. Oh, he's the nephew. Thank you so much, AT2. He is their nephew. That's the one that they were speaking of that was not feeling well. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So, Satra. Oh, it says Deon alternative week. Deon has the children at his house for 2 weeks. Then Karen have them for 2 weeks. And then Karen needs a break as well. And they have to arrange that whatever is best for them. And also, thank you, Holy Spirit, also what is best for the children. Okay, because sometimes what's best for the parents may not be best for the children. So I'm sure they're going to work this whole thing out. Thank you. Hey, Robin. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, popping in to say hello and go ahead and catch that replay. Appreciate that as well. All right, so just a real quick couple of things. Well, they say the divorce is real, Satra. They're saying that the divorce is actually real. Yes, thank you so much, Sharon. Yeah, catch that this replay. They said that people in their inner circle, I just want to do a couple of notes. People in their inner circle are the one that start deriving some of these rumors. And y'all know that's how it happens. Sometimes those that are close to you are the ones that'll start some of this stuff. So be careful of your circle. One thing that Deon said, Jerry Springer, he brought up Jerry Springer with this whole thing, and he blames Jerry Springer for how the Black culture is looked at. Well, the Black culture needs to look at ourselves, because there would not be a Jerry Springer if we would spring up and teach our culture how to really present ourselves. So I understand you want to blame Jerry, but Jerry just profited off of the bad behavior of some African American people. And they portrayed some of the African American people, not all, because nobody on Jerry Springer portrayed me. Okay. And then he said there's already drama between him and Karen recently. Something happened. I'll look for that, see if I can find it. He did go into saying that he's an alpha man. We can all tell that you're an alpha man. I'm not going to say that's good or bad, but okay. He also said that the medical insurance is that Karen has to pay is $2,000, and they all agreed that he would pay half of that. He also stated that he is paying $1,000 per kid. And I think you have to understand, like someone put in the comment section here, $1,000 per kid is $14,000 or $13,000, because he's not paying for the oldest one because she's 18, but $13,000 a month. That's a lot of money. He also said besides that $1,000 per kid, that he is paying the debt on both houses, the utilities and all of that stuff. And he says the people want him and Karen to stay together. Now, I'm going to address this. I would love for them to stay together. But if there's problems between the two that is possibly going to affect the children, then that separation I totally will agree with. I get it. And maybe later on, they'll divulge more of that information. But right now, I totally understand what they're saying as far as separating. He did address the issue that some people were making these rumors that him and Eric were romantically involved. He said that's an outright blinders. That is not true at all. So you guys, I don't even know who started that, but this is the first time I'm even putting it on here, because I did not even believe that from one moment. Because like I said, if I don't see it, or if neither one of them say it out of their mouth to be true, then I'm not going to address it. So I'm glad that he addressed that. The part where Gigi said she was going to stop because she could feel her oxygen going low. You guys, Gigi is still in her healing process. So the stress, she don't even need to have this stress. Now, I wish that Deon would not have his mom to be part of any future videos pertaining to the conversations that are going on with social media. Deon, I would ask that you please refrain from adding Gigi to any more negative talk pertaining to you, the children, the show, or social media. I understand your closeness with your mom and you are wanting to tell her everything, but she is in this process of trying to be healed. And when she said she felt her oxygen going low, that concerns me, because if you deal with anxiety and you're dealing with treatments and where there's a possible oxygen that needs to be taken in, the stress that you put on your body, the anxiety that you put on your body could add to that diminished oxygen. So do your mom a favor, Deon. Do not give her any more negative information. If she asks for it, just tell her everything is great, everything is wonderful, and all the people said they love Gigi. That's what I would recommend, because that's too much. And don't put her on any more of these lives where you want to have your conversations back to the people that you feel are attacking you. Don't do that. Please, I'm just, that's my thought. Now, if Gigi wants to continue to be on there, that's Gigi. But I don't think that Gigi should go on any future videos for her own health sake. And I would probably think her doctors would probably say the same thing. I would think so. Eric said he's sad about these comments. I would love to see if Eric is replying to some of these and what his replies are. And they're saying that a lot of these people are African American, are doing some of these hate comments. Y'all know how some of our people can be. I'm not even gonna try and sugarcoat it or cover it up because they come on my channel and they get one chance at it and then they get a block. But I do understand where they stated that as us African Americans, we need to do more of uplifting one another and not condemning one another. And all of this falseness and this falsehood that people are talking about, y'all got to stop doing this. You got to stop with the lies and stop with all of this stuff just because you want attention to either your comment or to your platform. Stop with the falsehoods. Thank you, Holy Spirit. There's enough truth in this world to be shared that you can get all the clicks and likes and comments that you need. You don't have to spread all these lies, okay? Or making up stuff. Now, they also said this, and then we're done. They said they're dealing with a lot. And they named some of the things that they're dealing with. I want to tell you guys this. We're all dealing with stuff. Every one of us. There's no human being on this earth that may not be dealing with something or won't eventually deal with something. And the way that a lot of us need to get through a lot of these things when we're dealing with stuff is social media is not your friend when you're dealing with something, especially when you're a celebrity. People need to learn how to turn off social media when they're dealing with some things because it is not going to help a lot of people with what they're going through. That's the time when you turn to those that you know are close to you, that you can trust, that you can depend on, that you can rely on. But social media is not your friend. And like the two gentlemen said here, Deon said it and Eric said it. Some of y'all were in their comments saying how you love them and you know you love the show and you love Gigi. And then some of y'all same people that they were saying that said y'all love them were in the comments, bashing them. So people that are on social media, especially these people in the comments, sometimes you guys, they are there for that moment and not for the long haul. You can't look at some of these people that are in your comments and think that they're your real friends. You can't do it. It would be nice if we could, but that's not the realness of it. So those of you who look to social media to get your comfort from some of these people that are in your comments, you need to understand you need some real people in your lives to do that place. Okay. And I love, everybody that come in our comments. I love seeing the positivity, but I do understand how sometimes people can turn because they don't know the real you. Everybody's seeing you on a screen. They don't see the real you. But also, like Deon said, some of those that were close to them are some that have put some of these information out. So watch those circles that you are in, okay? Especially when you're a celebrity and then people come in those groups after that celebrity status. Sometimes they're there for their gain, and not your gain. So be very careful with that. But anyone who is dealing with something in your personal lives, find a personal friend or a relationship that you can have those personal conversations with, that they won't be the one that you are angry with over comments on your social media platforms. All right. We're going to continue to pray for Deon, continue to pray for Karen, continue to pray for the children, continue to pray for Gigi, and y'all add Eric to the list. Add Eric to the list because his thought of women, we have got to do better. He did say that he was married before, and now he's divorced. I don't know how long ago that was, but we gonna pray. Eric, please do better. Please do better. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Let me get the rest of these comments in here, and then we will be out of here. Thank you, Robin. Engage your phone. Replay. No, Robin, engage your phone and have. I'm not sure what that is, Robin, but thank you. Satchel said, Juice Radio, that was a quick divorce. Normally you counsel for 1 to 2 years. I agree with that too. I know it was very, very, very quick, like a weekend. Ashley Darby had to be separated for 1 year before divorce because of children. And it depends on the state that you're in as well. So I'm not sure of, other legalities besides that. Satchel said, false Jerry had white people first. Deon putting down black people is unfair. Thank you. He did. AT2 said Gigi did not need to be on that video. Thank you, AT2. You and I right here. I totally agree. Satchel said the article said 1,100 for all children, not 1,000 per child. I did not hear Deon say 1,000 per child. I will listen to the replay. Yes, please do. And if I had that incorrect, once you listen to the replay, just put it in the chat. Hey, Juice, it is actually 1,100. All right. Thank you for that, Satchel. Thank you, Aaron. She said she's praying for Gigi that this stress does not hurt her healing. And we pray on the same thing. We are absolutely praying the same thing. All right. Okay, you guys, thank y'all so very much for watching this particular video. Now, if you have not watched any of our other videos, or if this is your first time on our channel, we actually invite you to join us over here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. If you're watching this on our Facebook page or our Twitter page or X page, you can come over here to our YouTube page, the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Very easy to type in just the words, the Juice Radio and Talk Show, and that'll bring you right over here to our YouTube page. Type that in Google search or type that in over there on the YouTube page, and it'll bring you right over here to us. As you saw on the logo, we have a red mug and a microphone as our logo. All right. You guys stay blessed out there. Stay safe out there. Love one another. But most importantly, remember to love and take care of yourselves. Now, really quick, I want to say thank you to all of you that have subscribed to my channel. Yay! We have reached over 15,000 plus subscribers, and we're looking for you to be a part of this next group of subscribers that's coming here to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. And you can do that by clicking that subscribe button today over there on our YouTube page, or follow and like us on our Facebook page. Everything can be found under the Juice Radio and Talk Show's name. Now, remember, you can also find us on TikTok. Go over there and check out what we have, all right? You guys have a wonderful, splendid day. I'm going to be out of here, but you guys, I got another video coming up. So click that notification bell because you're going to want to know when I go live with this next story. Woo, it's exciting. All right, you guys, remember to like and share. I'll see y'all on the very next one. Stay safe out there. Love one another. But most importantly, remember to love yourself. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.